La pasta della nonna. You're gonna wanna watch this video. Today, I'm gonna teach you how to make homemade pasta. Pasta is very much a comfort dish for me. I grew up in an Italian family back home in Canada. It's so easy to make. I'm gonna show you my favorite way to make it at home that's simple. This recipe that I'm making today is gonna serve basically 4 people. I'm gonna make a semolina dough. You wanna use tipo 00, 00 flour, strong glutinous flour. Protein, okay, it's gonna make this sort of hard glutinous structure inside that's gonna be chewy and give you some nice bite. We're gonna add semolina, fine semolina flour into it, egg yolk, a little bit of egg white, salt, olive oil, a little bit of water. Whenever you're making pasta, your semolina ratio, you wanna be about 50%. So the recipe I'm gonna do today, I'm gonna put 200 grams of 00 flour and 100 grams of semolina flour. Put a pinch of salt in there, mix it up. 50% semolina, my 00 flour. Then egg, you wanna look at about 40% your total weight in dry ingredients. You wanna basically have egg. I'm gonna put 6 egg yolks, I'm gonna put 1 egg white. Okay, so think of what I got. Egg white you want for a little bit of texture, but you want the egg yolk for the richness of the pasta dough. Very important. So I've got my flour, semolina, pinch of salt mixed in. I have my eggs on the side. What I'm gonna do now is just pour this flour mixture out on my board. Take the bottom of your bowl and just press it into the flour and make a little well inside where you're gonna put your eggs. Voila. We're gonna take our eggs and get our yolks inside, get our white inside, we'll be on our way. These are large eggs. I'm gonna put 5 yolks and 1 whole egg. 1 whole. Okay. I'm gonna take half an eggshell of lukewarm water. And a little, how you doing of olive oil. Then you get a fork. Mixy, mixy. Just beat the egg. As you beat the egg, you're taking a little bit of flour and mixing it into the egg. So basically, whisking the eggs together, making the eggs a smooth mixture. And as you're doing that, you're pulling in a little bit of flour at a time, okay? A little bit of flour from the sides, a little bit of flour from the bottom, bringing it together. Then you start bringing it all together, okay? Now, if you have a bench scrapers work really good for this. Basically a little handle, plastic, metal, whatever you got. I don't have one of those. So I'm gonna use a spatula because it's gonna do the same job. Now what you wanna do is just look. Bring the flour from the outside and kind of cut it in, see, to the pasta. And you're just basically mixing it in evenly and bringing it together, okay? So easy. All there is, you know, a few ingredients in here, 4 ingredients really. Now, you kind of just, with your hands, form it, okay? Bring it together, knead it, and it's gonna come together, okay? If it seems too dry, add a bit more water. Seems too wet, add a bit more semolina, okay? Very simple. Don't overcomplicate it. You need to do this with your hand. You get a good feeling of what the dough should be like. The biggest way to mess this up is to make it way too dry, where it's way too crumbly, okay? If you're making pasta this way, like I said, there's a lot of different ways to make pasta. You wanna have this ball that you can knead, right? And you can start kind of pushing it together to start developing the gluten structure inside of it. Like watch when I push it with my fingers, sort of the texture of it. Okay, see that? And as I work it, it's gonna strengthen the gluten. As all that flour in there hydrates from the egg and the oil and the water, the flour is gonna start absorbing more liquid and it's gonna start to become more fully emulsified and smooth, right? And that's when you're gonna have really the gluten structure fully developed. That's what's gonna give your pasta that nice bite, okay? That's why it's really important that you work it properly. This stage of the pasta making, you're getting a little bit of a workout in, getting the sweat going. Think about this, there's 90-year-old Italian nonnas that do this in Italy, okay? And they just do it every day, you know? They're stronger than you are. And watch, this is what you're really doing, okay? Take the dough, roll it onto itself like this, and push it down, okay? Turn it, roll it in, push it down, turn it, roll it in, push it down, okay? Develop it, work it, give it strength, give it life, give it love, give it power. It's gonna taste electric when you eat it. It's gonna taste fresh. Buying dry pasta is fine. It's absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Especially there's good brands, Italian brands out there that's super delicious. But fresh pasta is different. Fresh pasta tastes fresh. Not only that, texture is a little bit different. When I say it tastes alive, it actually does taste alive. So try it, make it. It's not super complicated. It might take some time to get used to, which is fine. You need to do it to learn. I've rolled a lot of pasta in my life, hundreds of miles of pasta dough. So I've made a lot of mistakes. So you don't have to, because I'm teaching you the right way. The thing that you might get confused about is seeing this dough and seeing how right now it doesn't look all smooth, okay? It kind of looks like shredded. It doesn't look fully like nice smooth dough that you see when you buy dough or you see finished pasta dough. It's not gonna look like that as you're working it. It needs time to sit. It needs time to hydrate, and then it's gonna become smooth. So work it for a good, 10 minutes, and it's not gonna look smooth. You're gonna wrap it up with cling foam. We're gonna put it in the fridge for at least half an hour. I'm gonna leave it in there for an hour, and it's gonna have time to fully hydrate, and it's gonna become this nice, smooth, beautiful ball of pasta dough, okay? It's gonna feel harder and harder to work as you keep on developing it. You're gonna give it more strength. It's gonna feel more tough. That's what you want it to be. You want it to be tough. You want it to be al dente. There is my ball of pasta dough. Like I said, it's not perfect. It's gonna look a little bit rough. Okay, we're gonna wrap it, we're gonna put it in the fridge, and you're gonna see the difference, all right? In the fridge, just like that, okay? 30 minutes minimum. Great, so here we have our pasta, okay? It's been sitting in the fridge for about an hour now. It's completely chilled down. It's had time to rest. All right, we're gonna unwrap it, all right, and just have a look at it, okay? It's cold, all right? Now what we're gonna do is start putting it through our pasta roller, okay? This is a pretty small pasta roller. If you have one at home, chances are it's probably about the same size. One of the biggest mistakes you can make is cutting this thing too thick and trying to force it through this. That's too small, and you're just gonna shred it, and it's gonna be terrible, all right? So what we're gonna do is basically cut this down into small enough pieces and roll it out into the right size so it can go through the pasta roller. That is the first important step that you need to think about. The other important step that you need to think about is not letting this dry out. Very important. So I'm gonna take a piece of cling film, okay, or you can take a little damp mapina, whatever you want, but I'm basically just gonna take it and drape it over the top. Your pasta going dry before you roll it is one of the things that goes wrong the most often. And what we're gonna do is just cut a small piece off of it, okay? Don't go too crazy. Unless you have a big pasta machine, don't go nuts, okay? Because chances are it's not gonna be good. So you got your pasta, take a little bit of semolina and roll it. Okay, roll it to sort of the width of the roller. Now, pasta, put it through the machine the same way all the time. Keep it in the same direction, and it just makes for just a lot more flowy, more even situation. Okay, watch. In. That's at the biggest setting, then go down one. This side came through. This is the top, that's the back. Pick it up, put it back, go one step down. 5. Okay. 4. Now we're gonna laminate this, we're gonna fold it. I don't wanna go all the way down to 1. So I'm just gonna probably go to 4. Okay, now, this is rolled out, okay? Now what we're gonna do is fold it onto itself. We're gonna laminate it. What that's gonna do is help add more structure to the pasta, help make it harder, more al dente, more interesting to eat, okay? So take it and fold it to the width of the pasta roller, okay? I would say to about there. There. There, you can check it. See that? Exactly the right length. A little more semolina. Okay, let's go again. Back to biggest setting, and in. One down. This is just gonna make your the structure of your pasta so much better. Okay. 4 again, same thing. I want to laminate it 3 times. So this is 2. So I've laminated twice. This is gonna be my 3rd time now. 3rd and last. Now back to the biggest setting and all the way back down. Do not make it too thin. Don't go all the way to the bottom setting. You know, go more like the 3rd or 4th. It depends on your pasta machine, but don't go too thin. It's gonna be more enjoyable to eat. It's gonna have more interesting texture if you leave it a little bit thicker. Okay, so I'm probably gonna go, this is 4. I'm probably gonna go down to 3. That is a sheet of pasta. I'm gonna cut that in 2. A little bit of semolina in between the layer. And we're just gonna set that aside here. And I'm just gonna take another sheet of cling film. Stop it from drying out. Same thing with the rest of the pasta. Now you know what to do. Now is when you start moving fast. I was rolling pasta when I was working in London, England, at a 3 Michelin star restaurant, and I was rolling pasta on the pass. The head chef comes up behind me and he says, "My grandmother rolls pasta faster than you, and she's dead." So, shout out Johnny Bone. If you have a nicely made pasta dough, there's a couple ways you can screw up from here. Like I said, it is trying to put too much pasta through the machine at once, or you let your dough get dry. Careful how long your sheets of pasta get. I can show you a trick to work with it. Make sure you're putting a little bit of semolina in between the layers so it doesn't stick. In with your right hand, your left hand starts pulling, you drop the pasta down flat, you switch hands, you grab the pasta with your left hand and you feed it through, okay? Then you stop, you pick your left hand up, right hand goes back underneath, up, and it's the same way back in. You need to go quick, you need to operate it quickly, switching the gear as you go. Drive it like a Ferrari. Now, what we have is our pasta dough that we rolled out in sheets, okay? All the same size. A plate with semolina flour, fine semolina flour, and an empty plate to put our pasta on. I'm gonna roll it through the roller right here, okay? And then we're gonna drag it through the semolina and we're gonna make little bunches of pasta on the plate. We're gonna make fettuccine. Beautiful fettuccine. I'll do another one. Now, what we wanna do is just take it, okay? Just drag it through your flour, semolina flour. Again, just to help with it not sticking, all right? Then you're gonna get it here, okay, on your plate, and just make a little bundle. Twist it, twist the bottom together, okay, like that, and just fold it back on top of itself. Perfetto. Now let's do another one, just in case you missed the first one. Go about halfway, then get your hand in there, and go the rest of the way. See that? Beautiful. Run it through your flour, Bang, bang, bang. Make your little nest on your plate. Look how easy, look how simple. You're becoming more Italian. Normally, the two pieces on either end are a little bit broken. The pasta will dry out a little bit on the tips of the dough, of the roll, and then what will happen is you'll get these little breaks and tears in the dough, okay? You can see on the ends, see, here. So if you don't cut that off straight and you just put it through the pasta roller, the ends will either flake or you'll have like one bit of pasta that's a little bit broken. If you don't want that, fold the pasta up and cut it off and then put it through and it'll be all exactly the same, all right? But I'm gonna show you now, in the event that you do not have an attachment to cut it, okay? You can cut this by hand, all right? Now, what I would suggest you do, put some more semolina, because you don't want it to stick. Be a little bit more generous this time, okay? You're gonna take the pasta, square it off a little bit, and you're gonna roll it into itself, like this. You're only gonna go halfway. Same thing on the other side. Halfway, with about a ½ inch gap in the middle. Okay, very important. It looks like this, okay? 2 rolls, a little bit of pasta in between. Cut the ends off, and then choose your size. I'll go for the same size of the fettuccine that we have there, and just cut, okay? Keep them all in line. You've divided that middle, take something like a chopstick, go underneath them all, and lift in the middle section where you've left open. If you do it right, and you have enough semolina in there, it'll all come down. If you don't have enough semolina, if your pasta's too wet, then this process is gonna be a nightmare. That is not bad. And I'll do another one to show you again. This time, I'm going to put more semolina and leave more of a space in between, okay? And when you're folding it, you don't have to fold it and make it tight. You just wanna do this, very loose. Loose with more space in the middle. There you have hand-cut fettuccine, okay? Now there's enough semolina on there. You don't really need to run it through again. There you have it, 8 balls of pasta. 2 per person, 1, 2, 3, 4 people, okay? That was 300 grams of flour, 200 grams of tipo 00, 100 grams of semolina, 6 eggs, and you have enough pasta for 4 people. If they're like me, 3 people, maybe 2 people, because I like pasta a lot. There you have it, homemade, fresh pasta, okay? Very simple, very easy, try it.